I don't believe you had anything to do with what happened to Nearly Headless Nick. But then again, I was stuck behind that tapestry all the time.
You're
Thanks,
still
Noel.
right. But yeah, there is nothing more to pick up, so we don't have any objectives, so let's just go.
Hello, Hermione. Do you know what lesson we've got first thing?
It's defense against the dark arts, Harry, with Gilderoy Lockhart. I can't wait.
Me neither.
I'll meet you on the 3rd floor outside the defense against the dark arts class.
Couldn't give
course
her a
we're-
running animation.
Of course, we're not going to go there straight away. Just going to check everything on the way. You know, pick up the beans and stuff. So you always want to do that. And here I was closely examining those shields because...
Harry, just thought you ought to know. Some people are saying it was you who petrified Nearly Headless Nick.
How do you petrify a ghost?
I'm going to catch you. Hello there, Ginny.
Go fuck yourself, Harry.
It's because you I see how it is. I find your shit in the freaking Diagon Alley. Now you don't want to speak with me.
Ungrateful little brat.
This is what your friend gets for it. So yeah, on the way I'm just going to collect all of them beans there are to collect, because you always want to do that. And see, sleeping does not actually restore your HP. I'm still like half full.
Aww.
But on the way, I'm going to pass by a cauldron with the Wiggenweld potion, so it's not gonna be that bad. And you do want health for what's coming up, the defense against the dark arts class. Yeah, you get 7 per each one of those things, and it's actually like if you want to like maximize your bean collection, your bean harvest in this game, you should actually do this. Pick those up as the very last ones, because unlike everything else, where it's like decided how many beans you currently have, those will always yield 7, even if you have like say 40 beans, it will still give you 7 as opposed to like 1 or 3. I'm going to take you over, and I will take over Lockhart's heart. I don't really want to do that, but I will just do that to spite you. I'll take the shortcut that isn't actually shorter, but as we'll get health potions.
It's a long cut.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, thankfully the crabs aren't here, and now we can actually use this shortcut, unlike it was before, where we didn't have the Defendo spell. And we just couldn't, get through the tapestry because they're so heavy.
Where does he store all that?
Well, he uses his wand and then it becomes tiny.
I guess.
I mean, he's done it with the gigantic shield that he could pick up with one of his fingers.
God, Potter. It's been working out.
But yeah, here I'm also showing off again that you can just go to the library at any time Doesn't have to be the night. It's actually better if this wall looks so inconspicuous. Actually keep that in mind where that wall is. It will help you. It will help you in the future.
The future.
Mm-hmm. Now, the books will still attack you regardless. But what you can do is just walk up to one of them, one of the shelves. If I ever am brave enough to do so, and pick up the beans from it, and for the whole duration of the animation, you're untouchable.
If you are seeking information, this may be found in any one of our fine books.
No wonder nobody goes to the fucking library.
Reading's dangerous.
Yeah.
And like, if you're going to the library to get candy, you'll just get bitten by a book.
I mean, it's how life works.
Thankfully, these shelves don't have dangerous books, and they do contain beans, or like, you know, just about any drops that there are. Also, I have noticed that actually having higher HP makes it less likely for you to get health drops, even if your HP is technically at the same percentage. So it's actually like better to have high HP for the sake of finding beans easier. So yeah, collecting cards is good. I'm not gonna be looking at the cards every time I get one, simply because this game does not actually keep track of whichever card you got last. So it would be just like looking
Going through all of them every single time.
Yeah, pretty much, because I don't really know which one it was. The game doesn't tell you.
Do you collect famous witches and wizards cards?
No.
I'll give you card number 94, Merton Graves, for number 31, Balfour Blaine.
Here you are.
And then he does it without even asking me whether I should.
Seriously.
Swapping a card does not actually increase how many cards you have in your possession. It does just literally swap them out. However, there is a way to get them back, and no, it does not involve stabbing children or cutting them.
Why not?
I wish, but it's like you have to do a side quest in which you eventually just gain access to the room where all of these additional cards are stored. But if anything, at the very least, getting the swapping the cards is pretty harmless. As in, it does not lower your collection in any way. It just changes what you already have, and eventually you get it back anyway. So you know, it's fine. The GameCube version handles it slightly differently, which I think is better. In the GameCube version, you can just pick up certain cards multiple times. Like, for example, certain chests can be open on multiple occasions, and you can pick up the cards in them few times. You only really need twice, and you can actually keep 2 copies of a given card with you at all times. It will appear as such in your inventory. Like, there will just be 2 cards overlapping.
Neat.
But at the same time, you have to know which ones you have to pick up, which isn't so bad because, well, I mean, you're going to
Not through there.
you're going to pass the chests, and you will notice that one of them must be open or locked while it wasn't before, you know. So that's one of the things that the GameCube version does better than this one. And here I get I like to live dangerously. However, they're
not too dangerously though.
Not too dangerously. Even more dangerous. Asshole! I wasn't even close to picking up those beans. But yeah, 10 I can collect just about anywhere else, so whatever. And I'm going to be going through an entire challenge, so...
Right. Quick, be stealthy.
You can, actually, as you see here. They don't actually remove stealth mechanics from this room, or just about any of the rooms where you do stealth. They just don't change the camera angle. And here there is a shortcut, but we can't actually use it because we're on the wrong side of it. There is just a slide from it, like from here, that goes downwards.
Go down the slide. Do it.
I've already done that once.
Come on,
Good.
Harry.
I don't get
Professor
fucking
Lockhart's waiting. Harry!
I'll catch you.
Let's go in, Harry.
That's very
Yeah, touch
inconvenient
the spiked
doors.
door.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Can everyone see me? Can you all hear me? Excellent! This term I shall be teaching dueling. Let me introduce you to my assistant, Professor Snape. Now, Harry Potter, if you'd like to come forward, the Expelliarmus spell challenge is through here. What you have to do is to find the Expelliarmus spellbook somewhere beyond the portrait. Once you have the spellbook in your possession, the Expelliarmus spell will be yours to use as you see fit.
I love that he has a picture of himself within a picture of himself.
Drawing a picture of himself.
Yes, that's fucking beautiful.
I also adore the way he just sassy black ladies around with his head.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, in the GameCube version, this room is a lot more impressive. The design is more or less similar. However, there are actually reflections on this on the surface in the GameCube version, which look really nice. On the PS2, I assume, since the frame rate's already kind of dodgy, they just decided to let's not tease it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, just there isn't really much of a strategy to this. They eventually disappear regardless of whether or not you hit them when they're red or spiked or whatever. You just had to hit them enough. Like that. See?
Where's my Harry Potter and folklore crossover?
It's not gonna happen. Like there is hardly any point to like ever charge your spell. Almost no point ever. But we'll get to one thing where it really does actually matter in this video. Although the past me will not know what it actually is. It's gonna be pretty painful.
past you was not as smart as current you.
Well, the current me has played the game for one more mission in which the current me has learned what the dueling mechanics in this game actually are. I have played through this game 3 times and I just learned what they're supposed to be.
Eesh.
I only lost a little bit of health, but may as well get it since it's here.
Yeah, it's for free, so like, screw it.
And also there isn't another one.
You forgot to refill it. You forgot to refill it.
I don't actually have to have it on me.
Okay.
You just press the X button. It's not exactly like Zelda. Although it is most definitely where they drew, where they have drawn a lot of inspiration from.
Yeah.
And honestly, good for them. I don't think there were all that many Zelda-like games on the PS2 at that time, 2002.
Not that I can think of.
Cause like, I guess everybody would say Dark Cloud, but that one's mostly just visually similar. And not very much so, anyway.
Yeah.
It's just the hat, and everybody calls it a Zelda ripoff. It's kind of funny.
Link.
That works too, I guess.
That's one way to get rid of them.
But yeah, I'm missing something right now. Basically, there is supposed to be a button, and I didn't see it. But anyway, you can throw 2 of them down there. You'll need at least 1 to be there. But yeah, there is that button that I missed.
Are you going to throw them into the fire?
You can do that. But it's kind of pointless because they endlessly respawn.
That's dumb. I wanted to sacrifice them.
Well, you can still throw them in there, but they will just endlessly come from that hole over there. Yeah, this one won't work with the basic one. You actually need to charge this. And these, for the most part, you can ignore because they get stuck on themselves. As you can see here. The collision detection is very 2002.
Yes. I like that it makes an X.
And if you want to avoid those, you just have to not stand in one place. Because they have perfect aim as long as you stand in one place at all times.
Oy.
And I don't think... well, for now we don't even have that spell, but eventually we will get a spell that can reflect things. I don't think that their piss balloons can be reflected.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Oh, that one fell all the way down. And here, something very Harry Potter 2 on the PS2 is going to happen.
Excuse me.
Not exactly this, but I don't think that was supposed to happen, but
you
anyway.
could have gotten up there. You... Damn it, Nico.
It was too high anyway, actually.
Likely story.
I believe it must be some kind of a speedrun strategy, just like jumping over that one pit at the very beginning of the game without actually pushing the box all the way where it's supposed to be.
Right.
You need to walk on top of the box and drop over there. and a name for it. And we get a frog for our trouble. Yeah, none of the rewards in any of the challenges will ever be cards, if I recall correctly. But that's good, because that means you can't miss any of them, because those challenges cannot be repeated. Now these things go way too fucking fast for us to do anything with them, so let's get rid of those weights. And even if you don't look at them, it's nice that you do get an environmental cue, like with the sound screeching. That does actually become slower. Hey, she wanted me to throw them somewhere.
Into the pit.
Into the green pit you go. Ding. And there he is already. See? No point to it. I was nowhere near that.
Nico, you disappoint.
Oh, there is the lava from the opening sequence, except Ron isn't here and he will never be here. It's too bad, he almost fell there. There you go to the sacrifice.
Good. The volcano god will be pleased.
Maybe he won't kill as many children this semester.
Right. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just a big maybe. Now this is an interesting one. Basically you have to keep whacking them in order for them to always stay up, like, you know, not burning you to death. Thankfully those imps are completely and utterly uninterested in actually throwing shit at us, because that would be annoying.
Yeah, that would not be nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can still get hit, but in general, as long as you keep hitting it, even if it does touch you, like, even if it looks like it touches you, like those flames, it's not gonna count most of the times.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, they were pretty nice about it. My controller buttons sometimes do mess up because my controller is pretty beat up. So that's why I sometimes miss a beat. But
sure.
What can you do?
Sure.
Also, this game's frame rate is a little bit all over the place, especially when you add flame effects to it. I was just making sure there wasn't anything hidden around here. For a moment there I thought I actually missed that jump and the camera was never going to return back there.
Majestic.
Pretty nice.
Got it! The Expelliarmus spellbook!
Yeah, so this can reflect spells. And we immediately have a boss fight. He cannot be hurt by any means other than Expelliarmus. Like that.
Oh lord.
Not a bad fight, it just goes on for a little bit longer than anybody would want.
Pretty much.
And the worst part is, they repeat this fight a few times.
Oh god.
Also enemies tend to cheat you, as in they will throw a spell to the side of you as opposed to into you. You may think that's a good idea, but now the spells have a shockwave when they hit the ground, like this.
Well, of course they do.
And the worst part is a spell that you reflect that's not specifically aimed at you will not hit the enemy back. Like that, see? You yourself can actually manipulate the angle at which the spell is going to bounce off by basically pressing and holding Expelliarmus and a direction, but the angle at which you can actually manipulate it is incredibly small.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's not great. Because like the enemies can really throw it at a good angle. You can't. I reflect bullets. Well, me too, and I don't.
They should have just taken the dueling system from Magic Kings.
I wish this one. This isn't exactly how the duels work. Fucking hell! This isn't exactly how the duels work. However, they're not much better than this. Especially since they don't really explain the mechanics too well. I just really wish this had the same system as the PC version, because that one was so
that's
good.
what I was trying to get at, the PC version.
Like really, the only one that is possibly worse than this one is the one in the 5th game.
Oh wow.
But that one is mostly worse so because it's just a one gigantic clusterfuck. But thankfully you don't really have to duel too much in the 5th game.
Thank God.
Yeah, most of it is thankfully optional, and there is a dominant strategy of just constantly casting Expelliarmus and doing nothing else, because they don't actually expect you to time it well, because they knew how terrible the frame rate is in the 5th game. Regardless of what version you pick, the frame rate is pretty bad, even on the PC.
Oh my.
Yeah. But yeah, the battle system was hardly the good part of it. The gist of it was exploration, but we're getting like 2 games ahead of ourselves right now.
Well done, Potter. 40 house points for Gryffindor. Now, I'd like you to use the Expelliarmus spell you've just acquired in a real duel.
Mr. Malfoy, come over here. Let's see what you can make of the famous Potter. First duelist to gain 5 points wins the duel. Cross the line and you lose a point.
Very well then. Wands at the ready. When I count to 3.
Scared, Potter?
You wish.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's get to how terrible that tutorial actually was. First of all, something they never teach you is that in order to damage your opponent with a spell, other than Expelliarmus, reflected spell, is to charge it. You wouldn't think that, observing your opponents, because they never need to charge their spells. Second thing, that line that's over there that they said you will lose a point if you cross it. You can't cross it, you can't even touch it, you just stop on it. So they just throw a red herring on you.
As they always do. Come on, man.
And here, at this point in time, I don't actually know that you can damage people with spells other than Expelliarmus. So you just have to hope that the AI makes a stupid mistake. And nothing other than that. And they tend to be a little bit too perfect with their timing. As in, unless they move like this and get hit by a shockwave, there is no way you'll win.
Well, that was an unsettling sound effect.
You're a parcel mouth, Harry. Why didn't you tell us?
I'm a what? A parcel mouse?
You can talk to snakes.
So, does it matter?
It matters, Harry, because being able to talk to snakes was what Salazar Slytherin was famous for. That's why the symbol of Slytherin House is a serpent.
Now the whole school's going to think you're his great-great-great-great-grandson or something. But I'm not.
You'll find that hard to prove. He lived about 1,000 years ago. For all we know, you could be.
Anyway, we've got Quidditch practice next at the Quidditch Stadium. I'll meet you in the entrance hall, Harry.
Alright, so that went by lightningly fast.
Sort of.
So I'm just going to ransack the classroom.
Not as you do.
Sadly, those desks cannot be ransacked because they're different.
You don't like those different desks. Ugh.
Horrible. And we can't open this treasure chest, and we can't do anything over here. Now, fun thing, in the GameCube version, you can actually see like the entrance to the challenge right over there. It's like actually on the wall, visible there. Whereas in this one, it just comes out. You just come out of the painting.